So the first challenge that he had to face is his father. Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam came to his father and he is telling him, يَا أَبَتِ إِنِّي أَخَافُ أَن يَمَسَّكَ عَذَابٌ مِّنَ الرَّحْمَنِ فَتَكُونَ لِلشَّيْطَانِ وَلِيًّا. He is having a sincere conversation with his father. Oh father, I am concerned for you. يَا أَبَتِ لَا تَعْبُدِ الشَّيْطَانَ إِنَّ الشَّيْطَانَ كَانَ لِلرَّحْمَنِ عَصِيًّا. Why are you worshipping a shaitan? This is not the righteous. This is not the correct path. Even though he is not sure yet where is the correct path, but he know that this is not the right one. Now, as we are talking about the first oppression that he had and the first challenge that he had to face in his faith journey towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the oppression coming from his own family. Same as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah Al-An'am, وَإِذْ قَالَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ لِأَبِيهِ آزَرَ أَتَتَّخِذُ أَصْنَامًا آلِهَةً. But when the oppression and the denial and the challenge is coming from the closest person to you, whether your father or your brother or your husband or wife or your family member, then the test, of course, will be greater. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has precisely described that dialogue and that conversation between Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam and his own father in Surah Maryam alayhi salam. إذ قال إبراهيم لأبيه يا أبت لم تعبد ما لا يسمع ولا يبصر ولا يغني عنك شيئا. He's asking his father, sincerely, a very honest conversation. Why are you worshipping something that cannot hear you, cannot see you, and cannot do anything for you, whether good or bad? So the answer came from his father. قال أراغب أنت عن آلهتي يا إبراهيم. Are you going against my own lords and my own gods, O Ibrahim? لئن لم تنتهي لأرجمنك واهجرني مليا. If you didn't stop that nonsense, I will stone you to death, or else I will dispose you. Here we learn a lesson, how we face an oppression that is coming from the closest to us. Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam is giving the perfect example for this. He didn't fall into anger. He didn't fall into denial as well. He didn't make any arguments. Rather, he said, قال سلام عليك. He said, peace be upon you, O Father. سأستغفر لك ربي. I will ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive you. إنه كان بي حفيا. I know that I have a special position with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As we are describing the mercy from Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam facing the oppression and the challenge from his own family. Yet, with the same challenge coming from his own community, the reaction was not the same. With the youthful enthusiasm, Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam resisted idol worship, and this time he has taken upon himself to correct what had to be corrected, and he smashed all idols that he had faced except one. And then his people came and have seen the situation, and they are inquiring, who did this to our lords? Sayyidina Ibrahim, in this situation, he was literally mocking them. So one from these people, he said, we have heard that boy, that kid talking about our lords. You go and ask him. And they asked him, what do you know about this? He said, I don't know anything. You ask the Lord, he is there in front of you. So they answered, we know and you know that you do not speak and you cannot see and you do not listen. So he was literally again mocking them. قال أفتعبدون من دون الله ما لا ينفعكم شيئا ولا يضركم أف لكم ولما تعبدون من دون الله أفلا تعقلون. From this, brothers and sisters, we notice how the youthful spirit is also necessary in some places and some situations while you are calling for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or having your own personal journey of faith towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The oppression came very heavy and strong this time. They said, فَأْتُوا بِهِ عَلَىٰ أَعْيُنِ النَّاسِ لَعَلَّهُمْ يَشْهَدُونَ. Bring him in front of everyone. Gather everyone. قَالُوا حَرِّقُوهُ وَانصُرُوا آلِهَتَكُمْ إِن كُنتُمْ فَاعِلِينَ. Burn him down. So they built a big fire and they have thrown him into that fire. Brothers and sisters, now we will see a very special and an important lesson for all those who believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now we want to imagine a man, a person, a human, and he's thrown into hell. What would he feel? How would he feel? Brothers and sisters, from this sentence, he said, Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, need to you? No, I don't. I never will. But for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I always need. From that sentence, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has named Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam as Khalilullah and came that label and that title by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that is the greatest lesson that we can learn from Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam. You know what is the meaning of the word Khalil? Al-Khil, that means when you are overwhelmed with certain love towards something. or a mission or a person. That was the position of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the heart of Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, and therefore he has been taken by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as his intimate friend or his companion.